I asked people to recommend me books they didn't like, and now I'm reading them. And as I'm reading them, I'm rating them. I usually provide two ratings, one on the book and one on the book's reading experience. And a lot of people have asked me if I could talk a little bit more about what's in my head when I am determining the ratings, so this is that video. When I assign ratings to books, I use the 7 elements of story, which are characterization, point of view, setting, events and situations, dialogue, description, and style. And I got those from Wonderbook. I did not come up with that on my own. I use that list as a way to focus my thoughts. And then the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars reflect the strength of the book when you consider those things. I not do full 7 elements reviews on every book that I read. I have done them in the past. I am sure that they will come up again in the future, but especially for all the reading challenge books, that's how I narrow down my thoughts. When it comes to reading experience, I take some of those things into consideration, sure, because low strength in any of those areas can affect the reading experience. For the most part, the things I think about are different. 6-star rating is a book that had me invested from the very first sentence. It's one that I will be overnighting the trophy of if I read it on the Kindle. And when I reread it, it could pull me out of a reading slump. I went out of my way to finish it on the first read because I couldn't put it down. If applicable, I will drop everything to continue the series. And there weren't any writing or stylistic or plot or character choices that interfered with my experience of the story. A 5-star rating is a book that hooked me from the very beginning. It's a book that I will be buying the trophy of and will be rereading because I know that they will always hit. The book was really hard to put down because I really wanted to find out what happened. I will prioritize finishing the series if applicable, and I wasn't pulled out of the story by any writing or stylistic or plot or character choices. 4 stars is a book that had me hooked really early on. It definitely has trophy potential and has reread potential, but only when the mood hits, and I was invested in the story and I wanted to find out what happened. If applicable, I will continue the series when I get the chance. And there were minimal writing or stylistic or character or plot details that I might have noticed, but they didn't interfere with the reading experience. 3 stars is a book that hooked me eventually, one that I probably won't buy the trophy of and I probably won't reread, but I could be persuaded to give these books a second chance by the right person. If it's applicable, I could be persuaded to continue the series, but it wouldn't be a priority. And there were writing or stylistic or character or plot details or issues that were actively interfering with my reading experience, like pulling me out of the story. 2 stars is a book that I had to drag myself across the finish line of. There were almost an unbearable amount of stylistic or plot or character or writing choices that interfered with the reading experience to the point where I was focusing on those more than what was actually happening in the book. These are books that I did finish. That's important. But it's hard for me to understand why other people like them, and it's a book that will be getting no second chances from me. And 1 star, of course, is the DNF. The only way to get a 1-star rating for me is if I DNF the book. Those are books that I will be deleting from my bookshelf, my Kindle, and my memory. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, definitely drop them in the comments, and I will do my best to get them answered.